have we gotten to the point now where, if you guys saw our parking lot discussion, that first episode we did, we had a similar like kind of debate, right? Molly Qerim reacted a certain type of way to what was said. Lavar Ball, in recent days after that, maintained that he was not hitting on Molly Qerim.
Okay.
He said a statement. He didn't say it was a joke or anything. He's like, no, I wasn't hitting on her. Like, and then he even doubled down on it and said that the only way he would, which I thought was like, it's funny, but also, damn it, Lavar, it's
Like,
one thing you
wrong
shouldn't
time.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, the only way I'd hit on her is if she was breaking into my house, which he meant like, I'd like punch her if she was breaking into my house. It was
Right.
like, damn it, Lavar, like, but I get what you're saying. But okay, so he doubled down with that, right? A couple days later, Molly comes out and she's like, she felt like it was inappropriate, but then she also stated that Jalen didn't really have an issue with it and things like that, and she was happy with how ESPN handled the situation. Which, of course, again, people are like, "Oh, yeah, see, it's blah blah blah." But also, that's her employer, so I mean,
Like how you not gonna have your bosses back?
You're not gonna go against your employer.
Yeah, get fired right away.
So, my question is: have we gotten to the point now where only the narrative matters, not a person's actual intent?
Yeah,
Or,
I mean,
quote, unquote,
that's
the truth.
Because look, either she didn't have an issue with it. Like after the fact, or like even almost during, it was just like a little like she was caught by surprise by the comment, because it could be misconstrued as like hitting, like most innuendos are. Like at work, fucking anytime my boss says something remotely dirty, I could be working and I could just go like nice, and then it's like yeah, whatever, it sounded dirty. So right then and there, like she clearly didn't have a problem with it, even though it was kind of like innuendo, right? Whatever. To me, it seemed like there was a group of people that decided for her was like, oh no, she should be offended by that. She should take offense to what he did right now.
Yeah.
They started spreading the story, the narrative of like, oh my God, can you believe he did this thing? And fucking what any big company does when it's like a risk reward thing, it was like for them it was just like the risk isn't worth it. So fuck it, we're going to ban them. We're going to please these people. The people that were upset. Nobody's that really upset for Lavar.
No.
Like, it could be like, oh, yeah, I mean, it sucks. Like, it shouldn't happen to him, but, whatever. Like, even you. Like, you're like, you have a very unbiased opinion of him.
Right.
And even you were like, whatever.
Yeah. Like, for people who are listening, probably going to be like, oh, like Dwayne's trying to cape or whatever, or Dwayne likes him, whatever. I don't give two fucks. All right. I will say that I am fond of Lavar for what he does for his kids. Do I care about Lavar personally? I haven't bought any of the fucking shoes. I think they're ugly.
Shit.
I like Lonzo. I think he's a good player, but I mean, he hasn't really done anything because of injuries and stuff. So I'm not a Lakers fan. I have no stake in this shit, right?
I should return the big baller shoes I bought you. Fuck.
You have some? I was trying to buy so many. No, but I have no stake in this, right? I'm just looking at it from a perspective of, okay, people are killing him because it's LeVar Ball. Take that out. If it's, this is what makes perfect sense. If this is Manny Montana.
I know him.
This is Manny Montana. Do we get the same reaction?
No. You know why? Because he's liked. It's he doesn't have like this big personality saying like I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. And anytime there's a cocky personality on TV or anywhere,
right,
people want to kill them. Exactly. People want to fucking destroy them. Like think of I always bring this back. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast before, but Usain Bolt. He was breaking fucking records, being the fastest man alive, and at the Olympics, the world's fucking biggest stage. Mm-hmm. He was fucking celebrating, right? People around me that I was watching it with, they were like, "Oh, he's too cocky." Oh, it's like, yeah, he worked hard for like something crazy that no one's ever done before. He should be allowed to be cocky. This dad, very proud of his kids for making it. Wanting to make independent money, not just these deals from like fucking scraps from big companies.
Right.
Of course he's gonna be loud because that's the only way you're gonna get attention.
Right.
And trying to be humble and doing that, you're gonna. It's a very slow moving train.
Right.
You're loud. You're in the spotlight. He's on fucking ESPN on this First Take thing. Like, why is he even on there?
Again,
because he's a loud personality, and then he gets a chance to plug his shit.
Yeah, going back to the OJ thing episode from last week, what did we say when people are like, "Oh my God, he wrote this book"? No, he did not. All right, he was offered the book, and people wrote it for him.
Ghostwriters.
Yeah, ghostwriters wrote the book, and he just signed on it for the money. LeVar doesn't need the money, but LeVar is a big personality. They need ratings. Your son just got traded. Set up this interview right now.
Why weren't they interviewing what's his son? I forget his name.
Lonzo.
Why ain't they interviewing Lonzo? He's the actual person getting traded.
And then this has always been a thing. Like LeVar, and this is why I like LeVar, because LeVar to me has done the one thing that you would want if you're not a big personality. It seems like Lonzo is not a big personality at all, right?
No, I'm sure. Yeah,
he's just a regular. He's about as regular as like a regular dude would be who's in the NBA.
Yeah,
and he just likes chilling, right? So if your dad's a big personality, you know that your son isn't one. Right, but you know your son's gonna get hounded all these questions and shit, all this stuff, right? His dad just took all the attention and the scrutiny away from Lonzo, just put it on himself,
and he could focus on basketball.
Yeah, you do you, all right? I'll talk to them. You do you, chill out. And like I said, his son has never one time been like, "Dad, no, Dad, stop," and everything like that, because his son also, I'm quite sure, understands like y'all talking to him.
Yeah,
you guys are talking to him.
So you know him.
Yeah,
I know who
exactly.
he is. Like, you know him
too. He's my dad. You guys know how he's gonna be, so deal with it and everything like that. And I feel like there's just, again, like I said, I'm putting like your brother into the situation, or putting anyone I feel like that people like, it automatically turns to a different.
Yeah, anything they say, even if you disagreed for your whole life, once they say it what it is or whatever,
right,
their opinion. Oh, yeah, he's right. Yeah,
right.
I don't care what all these fuckers say and all these facts, and I don't give a shit, whatever. Right.
And he's right. And that just goes back to, again, I feel like it's like it doubles when it's a minority. Oh, because when you have a loud, cocky minority who's proud or whatever, for some reason, there are issues. There are always issues with these people, right? And we've talked about Floyd on this podcast a lot, Floyd Mayweather. Extremely cocky, extremely proud of what he's accomplished, and he should be. But gets lambasted in the media, right? And I get it. Like some stuff, he does say a lot of dumb shit that he puts his foot in his mouth and everything like that. But on the pure athletics alone, in the sport of boxing, you can't take nothing away from that, man. You can't, right? Who else? Freaking
just to keep that example going, like on the opposite, Tyson Fury, white boxer, just did this whole fucking spectacle when he came out, knowing he's fighting not someone on his level, doing this whole fucking thing. He this whole Apollo Creed shit. After he won the fight, he fucking sang a whole fucking song to his girl or his wife. I'm not sure what it is.
Right.
Oh, it's so charming. So charming. Oh, I
gotta
love him. But
love the personality.
If Floyd did that, he would be instantly shitting. Oh, shut the fuck up, sit down, stop running, and
fight someone who's really worth it, and
quit singing, blah blah blah, and all this shit.
And then I can even go to another person, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, and we love Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor walked around for 3 years talking the most shit I've ever heard a human being talk.
Doing actual wild fucking shit. Throwing fucking stools into bus windows, hurting a shitload of innocent people.
He told another black man during a press conference, "Dance for me, boy. Dance for me. All right, that's what you do. Dance for me, boy." Like, and again, we all know what that means. Yep. All right, wasn't an issue or an eyebrow raised at that. All right, why? Because it's Conor. It's Conor. Like, it's what Conor does. Oh, Conor's in his head and everything like that. Conor, whatever. And then of course, I'm talking about the Mayweather McGregor fight. Floyd, says, "Oh, I'm gonna treat you like a little hoe," and throws a whole bunch of money on him, gets killed for it. It's just like, it's just crazy how this happens so blatantly, but no one points it out, or they just choose to turn a blind eye.
Because it starts at a very fucking young age. It's something I heard recently. Someone was like, "Oh, when like in school, whatever grade, when white kids act like, right, like fucking kids do,
right?
A little crazy, whatever. It's like, oh, they're just being kids. They're just having fun.
Boys will be boys.
But then take any minority and they're doing the same thing. Like, sit down. What are you doing? Fucking pay attention. Quit interrupting class.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. We're conditioned to act that way.
Yeah.
When a fucking minority just does what everyone else does, basically.
Yeah.
Like the same.
When a white kid is wilding in class and can't sit down and can't pay attention, it's, oh my God.
It's ADHD. It's a thing. He can't control it.
Can't control it. We think he might have ADHD or ADD. Maybe you should take him to a doctor or whatever. But fucking Devontae can't sit down and won't shut the fuck up. He needs to be moved from classes. I feel like it's the home. Maybe I just feel like he needs to go to remedial school or probably juvenile hall. All right, because Devontae, he's terrible. He's terrible. He is terrible.
Yep.
And it's clear. It's clear that. Again, for people who don't believe in white privilege and things like that, it's from birth. All right, you guys are set up to be successful.
Small things like this that add up to like a big old thing.
A big old thing of like
society.
You guys will always be ahead of us in the long run, right? And going back to someone like a LeVar Ball, right? Actually, no. Real quick, just recently there was a pitcher. His name is Marcus Stroman for the Blue Jays.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He's one of the few black starting pitchers, and he's fucking amazing. He is good, right? And he is pitching his ass off against the Red Sox, and he doesn't like the Red Sox and everything like that. And Marcus Stroman, for his entire career, has been very he's a pitcher who celebrates a lot, right? So he's beating the Red Sox, and there is one of the Red Sox broadcasters. His name is Dennis Eckersley. Dennis Eckersley is a former closer, Hall of Fame pitcher, who also used to celebrate like a motherfucker, right? Dennis Eckersley is white. If you guys don't know who Dennis Eckersley is, the last Dodgers World Series where Kirk Gibson hits the home run is off of him, Dennis Eckersley, right? So if you guys know sports, if you don't, whatever. Marcus, his last pitch of that game, I believe, he strikes out this player, and then he yells, and it's so quiet in the stadium that you can hear him yell. And then he's like, but what he does is he yells at the Red Sox dugout, and he's like, yeah, and he's just staring at him, right?
Yeah.
And then so Eckersley, on cue, starts to shit on Stroman, and he's like, it's a tired act. Him celebrating like that is a tired act. He's like, it's so tired. He's like, for what? Like, why do that and everything like that?
Something he used to do. Right.
And without notice, the Red Sox lead commentator goes, hey, you used to do the same thing.
Damn.
But and of course Eckersley's like, no, it's not the same and everything like that. Blah blah blah. It's like bullshit.
but I was white when I did it.
I'm not black. You see him, nigger.
The fucking what's his name, Kramer from Seinfeld. He's
a nigger, right? But or same thing. If you guys saw on ESPN, which I found hilarious, right? And I had to comment on this. There was a white boy who played for Louisville.
White boy.
A white boy. That was a white boy who played for Louisville, and he was a pitcher. And so there was when the cameras caught, he had struck out this other kid on the other opposing team during the College World Series. And he struck him out. And he looked at him, and you can see him mouth him like "fuck you," fuck you.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah, after he struck him out, right? Which again, me, that's amazing. I'm like, hell yeah, fuck that nigga, man. We getting money out here. You can't hit me, whatever. He's pumped up, and he's like, nigga, don't look at me. Fuck you, right? So of course, what happens because this man is white, clearly, or this kid is white. A couple of ESPN anchors and people the clip catches, it goes viral, and people are like, oh, even my boy Londo, shout out to Londo. Londo was like, if baseball was more like this, I would watch it even more. And whatever, right? And I wanted to comment, and I did, but I pretty much was like,
I wanted to, and I did.
No, but I was gonna say something different.
Oh, okay.
All right, I already know where Londo stands on this shit, so I'm not gonna go to him. But I pretty much commented because everyone's talking about this is awesome and everything like that. I just simply said, yeah, it's awesome because he's white. If he was black, it would be classless and bullshit. Or if he was black, Latin,
Bush League.
Yeah, Bush League, it'd be classless, it'd be bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the only reason it's acceptable is because he's white. It's the only reason. Earlier in the year, we had Tim Anderson hit a homer against the team, and black, plays for the White Sox. Their shortstop hits a homer, to go run up in the game. It's late in the game. He's pumped up and everything like that. And the next inning, he gets thrown out after the other team throws at him. He didn't do anything. He gets thrown out because he said the N-word to the pitcher who hit him. Let that sink in.
Makes sense.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
words are harder than fucking
my
fists.
own safety, and it's a joke, man. And it's like these narratives that get built against people. So you have someone like a LeVar Ball, who is everyone's like, everyone since he's been out is like, don't fuck with LeVar Ball. He is bad. He's bad. And he's bad. My question is, why is he bad? What has he done that's bad? I really am looking for. Like, what has he done?
Tell me like a good parent that doesn't think their child the best. It doesn't matter what facts, what stats you put in front of their face. Like, nah, my child's the best.
All right, better question is, would you want your parent to be like, oh yeah, my kid,
he's all right.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Or like, would you want your parents to actually like care about your dreams and push you to be great? Would you want that?
Because like in public, you say he's great and all that shit, but then in private, that's where you could be like, you need to work on this, you need to work on that.
Right.
But in public, you're supposed to be like, he's fucking the best.
He's the best, and rightfully so. Because at that time, Lonzo was the best player in college basketball. And again, Lonzo is still I don't think he's even 25 yet. All right, and Lonzo still has a great chance to be a very good player in the NBA, right? And it's just crazy how he hasn't done anything wrong. He's done nothing wrong.
Yeah, it's just the cocky attitude. People hate the cocky attitude.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, and the narrative did start pretty much from the get-go. They didn't even give him a chance because the first thing I ever heard about him was just like this crazy guy trying to do this and that and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, why not, man? Why wouldn't you want to build shit off of like your kid's back? Like, it's not affecting his game like at all, really. It's just another avenue for money.
But at the end of the day, he said this openly. He told his kids, he was like, we can change our lives if we do it this way. And we can not have to worry about money ever again. And people, again, going back on the whole backstory I was going to say about bias and things like that. People like to, they killed him for this. And they're still trying to kill him for this, right? ESPN banned him, which is who fuck ESPN? No one gives a fuck about ESPN, right? But they banned him and things like that. But again, like I said, he wasn't gonna be on there a lot anyway because his son doesn't even play for a good market anymore. So why would he be on, right? But it's crazy because you look at someone like him, and then you look at someone like a damn it, fuck. Shit. Lost train of thought.
Trying to think of another basketball player?
Yeah, but I was going to make a point. I just lost it. Fuck.
Prediction. If Pelicans make it to the finals, LeVar will be back on ESPN. The ban will be lifted.
As soon as the Pelicans fucking get to as soon as they get above 500, he'll be back on ESPN.
Oh, really? Won't even take finals?
Yeah, won't even take the finals. And it's because, come on, man. But I was trying to, damn it, I was going to say something.
Because that's a double thing. Oh, the lift is banned. Like, the ban is lifted. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's going to tune into the interview where the ban was lifted. And what are they going to talk about? And it's all marketing, man. It's all it's all narratives. It's all what they want you to believe. It's the same shit where people don't like big fights. When it's just like, oh, that guy should have won. It was rigged so that the rematch could happen and blah, blah, blah. And it's all about the fucking story. No one gives a shit about two random ass people fighting. They give a shit about their backstories, their narratives. Like, if you could sell them on your story, they want you to win, and you probably will because the people behind it will want you to win.
My thing is just I want to keep making sure that people understand as you guys are listening to this that I'm not saying Molly Qerim was wrong. Me personally, I feel like it was a reach. Just how she reacted, and again, if that's me looking at it, super just how I felt when I saw it the first time. I'm like, that's a little bit of pretty girl privilege, which is like girls who, and we know what that is, all right. At least a lot of dudes know what that is, right?
I have pretty girl privilege.
Yes, you do. You're a pretty bitch. When we know that if you're maybe, I mean, hopefully girls can understand this too. I don't know. But for guys, we understand it, right? So when you see a girl, right, and she's attractive, and let's say you try to have a conversation with that girl, right? A lot of times, nine times out of 10, because you're trying to have a conversation with that girl, they instantly think that you're hitting on them.
Yeah.
And they don't take into account that you don't know me.
Yeah.
B, I could have a girl, have a fiance, have a wife you don't know. See, I'm having a conversation with another human. That's what we do. We talk, right? But because this girl has been, in her mind, and like I said, rightfully so. She's been treated a certain type of way her whole life by men or whoever. She's conditioned to believe, oh, here we go again,
right,
and everything like that, right? So I'm saying I feel like Molly Qerim was more of a victim of that, but I feel like that was a reach. But I feel like I don't.
Do you think people like that? That's you're born with that, or it's conditioned into you?
No, I feel like it's completely conditioned into you. It's conditioned into you once you realize that you look a certain way. Because, prime example, I'm pretty sure you've been told by women that you're attractive, right?
Of course.
I've been told by women that I'm attractive, right? However, I've openly said it like 8 million times. I still see myself as like the little skinny kid from middle school, right?
Me too.
Thanks, man.
You ain't got no gains.
Oh, man. After this, beat your ass. I'm gonna keep it cool for camera.
Because it's all about the narrative.
It's all about the narrative here, man. No, but we've openly, I've said that I still see myself that way, right? And I feel like someone who has been constantly told that there's something, because I didn't start being like, I guess like attractive to girls until probably like high school, college. So like probably like freshman year of high school to like college or whatever. That's when I was like, okay, damn, I'm out here, right? But like middle school and shit, like yeah, I had girls talk to me, girls thought I was cute, but I'm like, it's like a vacuum. It's like, it's like, okay, it's like it's these girls, but also I'm cool with these girls. So it's like, what does that mean? Or whatever, right?
It's not some random fucking girl just walking down the street.
Exactly, right? So it's like, okay, I feel like, I'm this person, right? But when you're someone who's been constantly told that you are beautiful or whatever, right? And especially when you have things like today with Twitter and Instagram and things like that, how many times does Molly Qerim get in her DMs or fucking comments and shit, the little fucking heart eye emojis or the whole, oh my God, you're so beautiful and things like that, right? So, of course, you can get into your mind, okay, men look at me a certain type of way. I understand that, right? Which then I get where I feel like it is, it gets misconstrued when someone is talking to you and they're talking to you like a person, like a regular person, and they say something that can be taken a certain type of way. Even though I feel like I can't be taken, because I've never heard switch gears be sexual. That's the thing.
You would have to switch up your tone and be like, do that fucking dip when you talk. It has to be that way. It has to be like over exaggerated for like, because you could do that with anything.
Exactly, that's the thing. Like
I do that with anything.
She could have easily been like, LaVar, let's change the subject. He can be like, you can change any subject with me.
Oh yeah, girl.
Right. That's again now because of my tone. Yeah. Or she can be like, LaVar, I hate your son. He can be like, you can hate anybody in my family. Girl. Like anything, you can take that and switch to anything, right? I don't see how it really is. I don't see how switch gears is like sexual or like him shooting his shot.
Because if you print out the transcription of the interview, right? So just words on paper.
Just read the words.
You'll be like, what happened here? Why was there a pause here? Why did Stephen what's his name?
Stephen A. and Max
say what did he say? Like, oh man, come on. Like, why did he say that then? Right there, like. And
again, but also I feel like that goes to people's narrative and intentions in their head.
Yeah, preconceived notions.
Yeah, because if you react the way that they reacted, because it, like, again, I'm looking at it, I'm just watching it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what was said. I'm just watching it, and I'm like, wait, what am I, like, I watch it, I'm like, what am I looking for?
Right, because if you're not in the headspace, you're like, what just happened? Me, I'm constantly in the headspace, so I'm like, that sounds wrong. I'm constantly
trying to fuck shit, man.
Yeah, just,
I'm like a nut.
It's the only jokes we really do, what I do with my boss, like, it's the only jokes we tell, so it's like, it's just in there. Damn it.
It's all right, man. Yeah, so far on this podcast, you're an oversexed, gay, Racist too.
Apparently. Damn you, narrative.
Who fucks all his siblings' partners? That's what we do.
The wedge.
The wedge. Mark.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so like when he showed me the clip, because I just heard the clip right before we started the podcast.
Yeah.
And when it played, I was just like, oh yeah, he was. In my head, I was like, oh, that was a hit. Like he was hitting on her.
Right.
But again, because that's my headspace when I'm going into it.